Good afternoon, church. Glad to be with you today for this moment of faith. And so thrilled for the opportunity to stand in here for Pastor today and come before you and try to be a blessing. It's been such a great weekend, a beautiful day yesterday at the Lord's house. Thank the Lord for the souls that were saved. The baptismal waters stirred, and God is moving, doing great and mighty things. And to God be the glory, great things He hath done. He's the one that's worthy. And we have nothing to offer, but He sure gave us everything. And He put us in a race. And I was thinking about that this morning when we consider all that we have to do for the glory of God. And I was thinking about this week and things coming up, looking forward to August the 8th, our new beginning Sunday. I got to thinking this morning and pulled out some notes when Brother Joe had asked us to do this today. And my mind and my heart is in Hebrews 12, where the Apostle Paul said, "Wherefore, seeing we are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses," that's in Hebrews 11, all the witnesses, the heroes of faith. He said, "Wherefore, seeing we are also compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses." Now, get what Paul says to each and every one of us as children of God. He said, "Let us lay aside every weight and the sin which doth so easily beset us." And let me say, yes, it does. The sins of our mind, the sins of our conscience, the sins of our flesh, they easily beset us in this race. And Paul says, "And let us run with patience, with endurance, the race that is set before us." And how do we do it? Verse number 2, "Looking unto Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before Him endured the cross." Thank God He did endure the cross, and by Him enduring the cross, He made a way that we might have access to God, that we might have eternal life. And by accepting Jesus Christ, child of God, we have been placed in this race. And I got to thinking a little bit ago when I was in high school, my senior year of high school, we had a relay team at our Christian school, and it wasn't much. But I was one of the fastest boys in the school, so I was the anchor leg, and we ran the 440 relay. I was the last man running that last 110 yards, and we were going to go to our state convention and compete, and we were so thrilled about it. One day before we were ready to leave, we went to the Rockdale County High School track to practice a couple more times, and man, my buddies, they come around the track, here it come, and I got the last baton. I come around that last turn, and I'm headed down the straightaway. I'm getting it the best I can, and all of a sudden, I hit some sand on the track, and I was out, wiped out, put the baton in my side, big old gash in my side. And my dad says, "Well, there goes the relay race for competition." I said, "No, sir, Dad, I'm going to run. I'm going to run. I'm going to get in there. I'm going to run." And so we did. We went to competition the next day, and we ran the race. And I come around the fourth turn. I went down the straightaway. I was giving it all I had, and I finished the race. And when I looked around, I was fifth. And I thought, man, I gave it my all. We gave it our all. I finished the race, bandage on my side, a gash in my side, and boy, coming down the straightaway, I thought I had it made. To find out I finished fifth. Well, let me say, this race is a whole lot different than that one. This race is a fixed race. It started at Calvary, where Jesus paid it all. It is a fixed race that started at Calvary. Let me say, it's a current race. It's every day set before us. We're not looking to the past. I thank God for the moves in the past. I thank God for the miracles of God in the past. I thank God for revival in the past. But we don't live off the past. Thank God for it. But we live in the present, and our race is set before us. It's a current race, and it's something that we're to be a part of every day, fixed in this race. It's got to be a consistent race. It's a consistent thing in our life to run daily, this race that is set before us. And not only must it be a consistent race, but you must be consecrated and faithful in the race. Boy, I'm glad I didn't quit when I was in high school. I'm glad I run the race. Yep, I finished fifth. But I'm glad I ran the race. I'm glad I finished something that I accomplished. Wasn't that great, but I accomplished it. But boy, I want to be more faithful in this race than I was in high school, in some earthly race that attributed to nothing. This is a consistent race that we run every day. It's a faithful race. You must be consistent, and it started at Calvary. It's not just a fixed race, but let me say it's a furious race. It's a furious race. There's a roaring lion against you in this race. There's somebody that's out there, the spirit of evil, the principality of this air. He's against you. He doesn't want you to finish. He doesn't want you to be faithful. He doesn't want you to be consistent. And boy, he's placed obstacles in the way, many obstacles in the way. I thought about Jonathan in 1 Samuel 14, one of my favorite Old Testament passages and one of my favorite stories. Jonathan had obstacles in his path as he went up to fight the Philistines, yet Jonathan didn't let the obstacles stop him. He didn't let the obstacles get in his way of running up in his race and going on for the glory of God and fighting the Philistines. And there are obstacles in the way, and this race is furious. And it's fixed. But let me say, this race is different from the earthly races. The Olympics is coming up in about a week. It's fixing to start, the Summer Olympics. I love to watch it. I love to watch the races. I love to watch the swimming. And all them competitions that take place are all set for an end. There I was in high school, Brother Shane, running that last 110 yards to cross a finish line to finish a race, and then boom, it was over. Nothing left to say, for no accomplishment. But this race is different. Yes, it's fixed, and yes, it's furious, but this race has a finish line that is not the end. Our finish line is the beginning. Our finish line is eternity. Our finish line is the goal, and the goal is heaven. Hearing the Lord say, "Well done, thou good and faithful servant." Hearing him saying that day, you've run a race. You finished the course set before you, and now here's the eternal day in the bliss and the glory of heaven. Thank God for the race that has been set. Thank God for the race that's set before us. And I want to say to us as children of God in this last day, yes, we're in the last days. Jesus is coming. Yes, you've heard it all your life. You're 50 years old. You're 60 years old. Some of you are in your 70s and you've heard it all your life. Rest assured, the race is about over. We're about to cross. Don't give up in this last day, because we're about to cross the finish line. And that finish line is the beginning. It is not the end. For the child of God, the eternal day that sets ahead is all bliss and glory. And we're still looking unto Jesus, the man before us. Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith, the one who endured the cross. If Christ could endure the cross, if Christ could go all the way and finish and say it is finished, then you and I today can boldly finish the race, looking unto Jesus, keeping our eyes on the prize and the one that has set the way for us. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you for being a part of this moment of faith. May you be encouraged this week. Church, we love you, and God bless you till we meet again.